time to heal and feel, be real. You just gotta take your time, unwind and chill. Cause now it's time to love yourself. Build emotional and mental health. Cause Black woman, it's time to heal and feel, be real.
You ready to jump into these cards?
Yeah, let's get to it.
All right, y'all. So, shout out to one of our sponsors, Aya Paper Co. With the Kinfolk deck. I don't know why I just showed that like y'all can see it. But anyway, it's a Kinfolk deck that has affirmations, meditations, and reflections for families and communities. And I'm just going to pull a few cards. Let's cap it at 3 and just see what we get from it. You ready?
Yes.
I'm trying to pull a card that has a question. Okay. It says, finish this sentence. I am making peace with blank. Hard question?
Um, kind of, yeah. You have anything going on for you?
um, why did I lose the card? How did I do that? Maybe it ain't meant to be because I.
Um,
Oh, I am making peace with blank. Um, I would say I'm making peace with the expectations I have of my body. And I say that just because after I had my daughter, my weight went down, but I don't own a scale. So I don't know how much it went down. And hearing people say, oh, like your body looks so good. And me being like, I don't see what they see, but okay. And buying clothes that were like too big because I'm thinking I'm bigger than what I am, then buying clothes too small because I'm like the big clothes don't fit. And just having these expectations that my body is supposed to be a certain way. I literally just had a revelation yesterday because I actually got on a scale. I haven't gotten a scale in forever. I'm my same size that I was before I had my child. And then I realized, like, girl, your body actually does kind of look the same. And so just kind of making peace with the ideas that I had about myself and being realistic of don't let yourself go into this space of thinking something that's not actually true just because you feel a certain way. Because
mm,
the more I push myself to be like, girl, you're not being realistic, and the realistic part of all is actually good, that's been helping me feel like, girl, buy the clothes you want to buy and make sure you buy in the right size. Stop overthinking it. So I definitely am making peace with that. What about you?
yeah, that's deep. First of all, like your reality and like your perception were inaccurate, and it took for you to get on the scale to see like, yo, what the heck? In your head, you had built up like this whole idea that
I
you
did.
was
I said
not.
that to you too, didn't I?
I always be like, girl, you look amazing. Like you do, you look like your size. Um, of anything, you might seem a little smaller, to be honest. Um, but like, yeah, no, you do. But you always, every time I be like, you look good, you be like, I be like, girl, your stomach is flat, which is insane. You be like, nah, nah, like. So I'm glad that you got on the scale, and even if certain things, because like some of it is like just learning like this new body. You probably feel different in your body. You've had a whole human being, so it's like, yeah, you even just feel different. Like certain things are just different in your body. So, but I'm glad that you got on that scale and that you able to change
Yeah.
that perspective.
It's crazy who would have thought getting on the scale because usually when you think about like weight and things like that, you want people to not get on it. But it's crazy how I needed to get on it to be like, girl, you're not even what? You should have saw my response. I got on it 5 more times. That's how shocked I was. I was like, I don't think this is right. And it was. So here we are. So what's
Period.
yours?
Um, I said I am making peace with my boundaries not being as strong as they used to be. So I've
Ooh,
been saying I don't know if it's because my little 30s is making me softer, but I feel like my boundaries have been like so loose and different now. and I'm used to being so like, nope, this is what I want to do, this is what I need to do to protect my peace, and I feel like I haven't been doing that. And so I'm making peace with, because at first I'm like, no, no, that's not what it is, but it is. So I'm making peace that they're not what they used to be, and it's it's something I'm working on, because I like how I used to be because it protected me so well. I feel like I've been able to abstain so much uh peace in my life. Like it's so like, even through all the adversities and all the tragedies in life that has happened, I've been able overall to sustain peace at the end of the day, because I have strong boundaries. I know how to say no. I know how to overextend myself sometimes. I know how to not extend myself at all sometimes. Like, I'm quick to be like, just no, don't do that. Say no, don't do this. And I feel like I am not that same person, and I don't know what the shift has been, but I gotta figure out what's going on for myself, so I don't end up I'm feeling way more burnt out than I've ever felt in my life. I feel like empty. I feel like I don't have any energy to pour anything else out. And it's just not healthy. It's not healthy for me, and this is just not my preferred way of living. So it's something I have to change, but I make peace that that is something that's going on right now.
Yeah, and I think the idea of making peace is going to change in every season, and that's the interesting part about it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's do one more card, because these cards bring up a lot of conversation, and so I kind of don't want to do too many just because we'll be here forever, and I want y'all to actually check them out. So this next card says, wisdom is the thing you learn through time and experience. Who is a wise person that you know, and what have they taught you? This card is so interesting to me because I think of two people. Like, I can't come up with just one. The first one being Maya Angelou. Like, literally, my client yesterday was like, "You see my Maya Angelou shirt?" And I was just like, "Yeah." And she was like, "I know you love her." And I was like, "How do you know that?" She was like, "'Cause you always bring her up." And I was like, "Oh, that is kind of true." So definitely Maya Angelou. And the second person I would definitely say is my grandma. I think it's cute how everybody knows about Juneteenth now, but all my life she has made sure that I've known about Juneteenth and just the treatment of Black people. She was the person who introduced me to museums. I've been going to museums since forever, especially the African American Museum. She took me there a million times. So I would definitely say my grandma, even though she may not be college educated, the ways in which she's learned about the world and shared with me are very special. What about
Hmm.
you?
So I would say, on the trend of you talking about like these like figures, right? So, and y'all have been saying always says this, and y'all know we love her. We have a little some stuff she says be problematic, but I love that lady because she be saying some things. But one of the things she says that stuck with me is like, a lot of times when different relationships in our life don't work out, we always like grieve and feel like, dang, I wish wasn't if I could have did this, I wish I could have did that, all these different things. And she always says to people like, why don't you just appreciate that you even got to experience that at all? The fact that you got to laugh with this person, the fact that you got to build memories with this person and experience this certain level of life that you never did. Why don't you just sit in that? And that might be it. That sticks with me all the time. I think about that because we typically always like, oh, I wish I had more of this, but it's like, why are you not happy that you got to have it at all? So that's something. Shout out to Yana for that. And then, I mean, I guess I'll have to just, it's between my grandma. I'll just say both. My grandma, my grandmother too. We love our grandmothers if y'all haven't noticed. But my granny Tina, she is a very kind person. And I feel like that's where I get that like talking, very like leading in kindness, because she is that lady. And so I feel like something she's always taught and still to this day is like, you can still hold boundaries but be kind, right? Like if you live within kindness and like show compassion and treat everybody, and my family is like that, where it doesn't matter what type of job you have, how much money you have, everybody is everybody is a great person. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're on drugs too, you're a great person. Everybody is. But we come from because of her from a very like non-judgmental stance, and just like coming from kindness and like love, and if you lead with that, that usually it works out better if you lead with that. And so I feel like that's something she instilled. I would say my mom, like I talked about earlier with this fairness thing. So obviously, we know the world is not a field of equality and equity. We know this, but it doesn't mean that I have to like be a part of that in all aspects. Obviously, I'm a part of a system, so it's going to happen. But when it comes to like people in general, like I'm not a favoritism type of person. I don't treat people differently. And I think when I think about that the most, I think of children. And children get treated differently so much with so many different people, whether that's family, friends, or whatever. And I treat all children the same. If you've been around me, I love them all. It's not like, oh, this is my godchild, so this godchild gets more love. Or I'm not going, if my godchild's here with me and my niece is here, I'm gonna be like, oh, my niece is the person. Like, no, children are children. They're not going to feel any favoritism, at least not constantly. I'm human, obviously, but and it's just not in me. It's not even some of it, it's not even like I'm necessarily trying. It's just like, no, if I'm doing this for this kid, I'm doing this for this kid too. That's just how it is. And I think kids need to see that because, like I said, very often at a young age, you see favoritism happening and that scars you. I've had that happen to me as a kid, definitely. Like that favoritism piece. My sister, we talk about it still to this day. Like, and we're adults. So I really think that's been something my mom has taught. Like, there ain't no favoritism. So those would be the people I'd say.
I love that, especially the grandma part, because so funny. On my grandma's birthday, when I went over there, I was just asking her like, "Oh, what does she want to like teach me and stuff?" My grandma refuses for me to take pictures, video record her or whatever. So I snuck and recorded her, and she said exactly what you said about your grandma. It's important to be kind to everyone. You always say thank you. Make sure people know that you're thanking them. And I had told her, I was like, "Grandma, that is not something you needed to tell me. You do it." And she was just like, "I'm just making sure that you know because you asked me." And I was like, all my life, and even now, when I come bring you food, when I walk in the door, you say thank you. When I give you the food, you say thank you. And before I leave, you say thank you. And you're always so thoughtful in that way. So you didn't really have to tell me that because I see it all the time. So I love that. I don't know if that's a grandma thing because my grandma's always been that way.
I
But I do
mean,
think we have people like that in our lives that teach us be kind to people. All right. You want to share what you got for one of your modalities?
oh yeah. So, one of the things I don't do it as often as I used to, but definitely when I'm feeling super overwhelmed with life, I'll pull out this adult coloring book, and so it's called Travel Coloring to Relax and Free Your Mind. And actually, one of my friends got me this a while ago for my birthday. Zaire. Um,
Oh,
yeah. So, yeah, this was a while ago. I still have it, and it's like really detailed because adult coloring books, and you can get a kid coloring book so as an adult, obviously, but the adult ones are a little bit more um detailed, so it takes a
yeah.
little bit longer. You're being more mindful because it's like all these small things, and I'm a person who likes to use all types of different colors and stuff, so it'll take me a while to even color one page sometimes. But um yeah, I say this is a good modality to use. Um, in general, but for me, like I said, I use it. I'm feeling really overwhelmed because it's so detailed. It is a little time consuming, and it distracts my brain from being so busy. So
Yes.
that's one of mine.
I absolutely love that. And I love the rise of coloring books and them being used more. I actually, last Christmas, I had sent all my clients a coloring book for their little Christmas gift, quote unquote. But I had introduced it like, oh, this is definitely something you can use to help you relax and just get your mind on something else. So I love a good coloring book. We need to create a coloring book.
That's a great idea. Oh my goodness.
Coming soon.
Y'all know Myra be manifesting stuff. Say it one more time, Myra. One more time.
We want a coloring book, but we need a publishing company to produce it for us.
Ooh, yes, even further manifestations.
So, the last thing that we're going to share is senses of self. Again, I'm about to show y'all, like you can see.
We're gonna put
Senses of
everything everywhere. You're gonna see it.
Yes. It was created by me in 2021. And what it is like chicken noodle soup style, where it's different stories that people submitted that you can read about. And the book was inspired by my aunt. And so just going on like that healing journey after she passed away. And it has a little bit of everything in here. And it's so funny because people, they'll get the book and they'll be like, I wasn't expecting that story. I wasn't expecting this story. Yeah, I tried to get an array of different things. I collected them over the course of 3 years. So I highly recommend y'all check it out. You'll love it. And it has prompts in the back too. So for example, one prompt is we have all experienced grief. Think of some ways you want to do honor those who you are or are currently grieving. So different prompts and things like that. And again, just to recap, so we shared with y'all about our workbook, Let's Heal. We went over the Kinfolk deck by Aya Paper. Donika shared her coloring book, and Senses of Self is a journal created by me, and all of those links will be shared. I do want to share one more resource. I feel like everyone is looking for a job right now. So if you can go on Twitter/X, whatever the new name is, if you search Lori Harvey Jr., this woman has been posting tons of remote jobs every other day. She's on number list 79, I think, today. And so please check it out. There is no excuse to not be able to find a job, especially if you want a remote job, because she has every single type of category from if you're experienced to not experienced. And then there's like $60,000 jobs, $80,000 jobs, 120, 150, whatever you need. So please check her out, Lori Harvey Jr. on X, because everybody's needing a job right now. So that's where you can find one. Danica, do you have anything to share?
No, I gotta look up Lori Harvey Jr.
Whenever I tell people that, they be like, huh?
I'm about to look up Lori Harvey Jr. I don't even know. Maybe I need another job. I don't know. I don't know if this is a little calling right now, but that's really dope that person is doing that. But yeah, you can't tell me about a job, especially work from home job. I'm about to go look too. What she got on there?
Actually, y'all, she's
What?
on list 84. I thought she was on 79. She's on list 84. So
But you
please,
gotta
please check
have
it out.
X, Twitter, or whatever it is to hack to get it.
Say it one more time.
You have to have X or Twitter to get the stuff.
I don't know. I'm going to actually just send you the link and then you tell me.
Okay, I say because I don't have that, and I'm not getting it, so I might not be able to get these jobs.
If other people are listening, if you need a job, do not let this be an excuse. Please make
Yeah,
it.
sign up for X. Sign up.
Yes.
Why is it called X? I'm sorry. Okay, let's not. We're not even about to get into it. But yeah, thank you, Myra, for the dope resource. Definitely.
Yes. That is it for this week's episode of Black Women Healing Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in every Monday.